This is Roger.
Good evening and welcome to West Talk. Today is Tuesday, November the 25th, and we've got a spirited episode for you here today. We are going to be talking to an author right here from town who's just released her first book. But first, I want to spend a few moments with this little special guest. To my right is a young man who's so excited about Christmas, which is still about a month away. Well, it's exactly a month away. So we wanted to talk about it. So I brought down my son, Dawson, who's out of school today because he threw up on the floor this morning.
Don't tell them that.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Sorry. Listen, we all get a little bit bus sick every now and then. That's totally fine.
Okay, that's good.
That's totally fine. Thanks for coming down. Appreciate it. I wanted to talk to you about Christmas a little bit because yesterday we made your letter to Santa Claus, right?
And then I thought you sent it to the mail.
Yeah, we're going to.
Which is actually on December the 1st. No, the day, 3 more days until Christmas, we're going to do that.
That's when we put it in the mail, 3 days before Christmas?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then, so what's on your list this year? What kind of things?
Can you remind me?
I can remind you, yeah. Remember, I think there was some there was some particular types of Legos and some other types of toys. What?
Tell me the names.
There was like a Lego Starship.
Yeah.
And what else was there?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know either, I forget. Do you do you remember any of the things that you asked for?
The only thing I remember is a Lego Executor Lego ship from Star Wars.
Executor?
That's the only thing I remember.
What is the Executor?
It's like a big Lego ship that Darth Vader pretty much is in.
It's a dark side ship?
Yeah, a big one, a ginormous one.
Oh yeah. And how do you know about that? Do you watch Star Wars?
Yes.
Do you like Star Wars?
Yes.
How come?
Because I just love it.
Really?
Yes.
Of all the movies, you like Star Wars the most?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
it
has my favorite thing in it, and guess what it is?
Jedis.
Space.
Space is your favorite thing?
Yes, it's because it's in the movie.
Why do you like space?
Because every planet with rings, every planet in the entire universe is my favorite one.
Every planet is your favorite planet?
Yes.
You must have one favorite above all. I think I know what
Saturn.
it is. Saturn.
Yes.
Why?
Because it has rings.
Big rings too, hey?
Yeah.
And a lot of moons?
Yes.
What's the biggest moon that Saturn has?
Titan.
Titan?
Yeah. Because I read it, I saw it on a book.
On a book?
Yes.
You like space books, eh?
Yeah.
How come you keep staring at yourself?
Because it always shows up on me.
Yeah, it's looking over there. It shows whatever's on the camera shows up over there. And what I see is a little boy who's very excited for Christmas, aren't you?
Yes.
So, and now this year at Christmas, you're going to have some family around. Like, we're going to have a sleepover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caitlin and Danica are sleeping over at my house.
Your
on
aunts are
Christmas
coming
Eve.
over, and your nanny and Poppy Parsons. But is there anybody else who you'd like to say hello to in your family who is not here right now, but you want to say hi to?
My cousins.
Which cousins?
And Avery.
Oh.
You know them, don't you?
I do know them. But sometimes when I'm interviewing, I'm supposed to pretend I don't know the answers so I can ask you the questions. And can you get back up there? Where do Ben and Avery live?
In Toronto.
Toronto, yeah. And who else is up there?
Nana Pinkston.
Your nanny and Poppy Pinkson.
Yeah.
How come you're on the floor?
And then you have to pick something up.
Oh, now you just dropped your sucker into the carpet. See all that hair on it there?
But I can just pick it off.
Yeah.
I can eat it.
Do you mind if I just... Okay. All right, sure. Well, is there anything else that you would like to say about space, Star Wars, Christmas? I'm just going to pull that one hair off there, if that's okay. Yeah. I told you. I told you. Is there anything else you would like to say before we conclude this interview, sir?
What does conclude mean?
Conclude means end. Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the world or anybody in the universe or the galaxy?
Are you talking about aliens?
If that's who you want to talk to. Any message at all?
They don't even exist.
They don't? Well,
how about we talk to monsters or something? Humans?
is there any final message in this interview you want to say to anybody in the universe?
Tell me one question.
I don't know. I'm asking you if you have a question.
You.
I don't have any questions. I've asked you like 10 questions. Are you good? Should we move on to our next exciting guest?
No, one question.
Okay, I'm asking you. You can make one final statement. You can say anything that you want to say, uncensored, to the people in TV world.
Everyone, I'm talking to you right now. Guess who my favorite person is?
Who? Me?
Yes.
I'm your favorite person? You're so sweet. I'm so glad I brought you down here today. Thank you very, very much for being my guest. Come over here and give me a hug. And a kiss. Now get out of here because we got to take a break and we got to get our next guest in, Jennifer Lake. So
I'm out of here.
stay tuned. Okay, see you, buddy. Watch out. Don't trip up on the cords there.
I'm not even just filming
Okay, bye.
anymore.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
My biggest therapy is Mother Nature. When I walk through the woods, I'm seeing a little bit more than just a tree and just a plant. I see what I can do with it. I make medicines and salves from plants and trees. In 2014, I suffered with a heart attack. Since I had my heart attack, obviously there were some Western medications involved. And on top of the Western medication, I have found myself nature-wise, and medicines provided by Mother Nature has helped me a lot. With nature, I have burned sage and sweetgrass. I find that that cleanses the air and helps you cleanse your body. It also helps me talk to my ancestors. That has helped me through this whole process. I feel responsible as a Mi'kmaq person to help Mother Nature. We look at everything, whether it is a rock or a tree, as life. When I collect my medicines, I'm offering tobacco to thank the plant for the medicine. So the plant will, give me medicine again the following year. It's a part of the big whole. Right now we're standing in the middle of a boreal forest. I can look around, I can see birch trees. Birch tree, for example, there's so many things you can do with that. That is the tree of life. Aboriginal people have used the bark for making canoes, for making shelter, for fire starting. There's a fungus that grows on birch, it's called chaga. I use that for my tea. It's a very, very good all-around tonic. Balsam fir trees, the blisters on those trees actually were used to heal cuts and scrapes. You cut yourself in the woods, the first thing we'll do is put some balsam fir sap on it. Society now is so fast. I think the world really needs to slow down and just enjoy nature and the smells and the sights and sounds. Well, this is where it all started in the beginning. It was from our plants, and our animals and that kind of thing. Why not go back to the beginning and get back to our roots again? It's very important for the Mi'kmaq people to embrace native tradition. For many, many years, we were told not to be Aboriginal, and I think now society has embraced, Aboriginal peoples, and we should embrace our history in the sense of, traditional medicines and traditional foods. I think it's all a part of the culture that we've lost. So now we have an opportunity to reach out and find ourselves again.
All right, and we're back. You know, we had such a great time in the last episode speaking to Jake Putt, a local author who just had his first book out. It's always so exciting to speak to people when they do something for the first time, especially writing. So much goes into it, so much thought, so much emotion, so much planning. And so to keep that going today, I was very excited to have the chance to bring in this guest who's right here with me, waiting to be introduced, Jennifer Lake. Thank you very much for coming down.
Thanks for inviting me.
You've got your debut book out, Jenny with the Dark Brown Hair.
I do.
I'm sure now that we're in TV, not radio, so this title can be self-explanatory.
Yes.
But I wanted to bring you down. Very exciting. You've just released a book of poetry and excerpts, which was, as somebody who knows you, sort of like a shocking thing. It's like, wow, where did this come from? You're, you know, a business professional here in the community, and so yeah, thanks for coming down to talk about it. But before we get into it, can you just, for the viewers at home, just let people kind of know like who you are, what you're at, and what you do around here most of the time?
Absolutely. So I was born and raised in Corner Brook, lived in Corner Brook most of my life. I did spend some time in BC with my husband many years ago when I was in my 20s. And I currently live in Steady Brook. So we moved to Steady Brook in 2019, found our forever home. And
good place to live.
It's definitely a good place to live and a good place to be inspired because of all the beautiful, you know, scenery and everything that we have in that in the Humber Valley. So other than that, I'm a auto professional. So I've worked in the auto industry since I was 26. So this is going to my 16th year in car sales and finance for that's gonna have to be. But yeah, that was not good.
That's beautiful.
I blundered.
A lot of people have met you over the years, basically from coming in and in through the dealership. One thing I recall, and this is how we met, because I was in car sales, and also, you know, my memory from car sales is you interact with so many people in the community. Like after 5 or 10 years in that business, you literally have met everybody in town, because whether they bought a car off you or not, they probably came in and talked about it and stuff. So I'm sure that you've got to interact with a lot of people in town. And now you've got this book out. Now, even though this book has just been released, I have a feeling that probably you've been writing for a lot longer. It was just kind of like a personal thing, or what's like, how far back does that run?
So my writing spans 26 to 27 years, if I was timelining it. I was a secret writer until a couple weeks ago.
Closeted writer.
100%, yeah. Even the people closest to me, like my own parents didn't know I wrote in this way.
Really?
So my husband, Chris, who you know, it was only a few years ago that I started reading my writing to him. He sort of discovered a piece and asked me what it was, and I sort of told him that I sort of write to help release, you know, for mental health. Like, you know, I just sort of write when I have a hard day. Sometimes it just is something that happens to me naturally, and it's been happening for a long time. So when I started reading to him, he sort of was like, you can't keep this a secret. Like, you need to, you're very talented. Like, you should be sharing this with other people. It could help somebody. And I'm like, oh God, no. Like, really? Like that, there's some deep stuff in there that's very personal. Like, I don't know if I can really expose that vulnerability to the world, right?
Yeah.
So, and I didn't for a long time.
That seems kind of scary.
Very frightening. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I am a private person in general, and I do appear to be an extroverted individual, but I'm actually very introverted, and I do spend a lot of time in my own space with myself and my reading, other people's reading. I'm a big bookie as well. So yeah, it's been a very interesting journey for me, to say the least, over the last little bit.
Yeah, well, I can totally relate to that sort of being a professional extrovert sort of thing. Like even doing this type of stuff, truly in my heart, I feel very introverted. And a lot of people say, well, I wish I was more extroverted. And I say, me too. But it's amazing what you can force yourself to do on a regular basis, but it can be draining for some people.
Yeah.
So your writing goes back, you're a bookie. Like originally was your first writing, your first poems, was it inspired by your love for reading as well? Did it go hand in hand, or?
Yeah, you could sort of say that. My first poem was when I was, like, recorded poem when I was 15 years old. So that's my earliest memory of actually
Is
writing
that in this?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So writing it down and actually keeping it. You know, lots of times I'd write down things and not keep them or never finish them. And it was just like, you know, passing thoughts that never really turned into a whole lot.
And again, at the time, you never really thought that was like anybody was ever going to see that.
100% not. Is journaling. Like, I guess basically I was journaling for personal purposes. And, you know, at that time when you're 15, we've all been 15, you know, at some point. for everybody.
Yeah.
And you try to find ways to deal with your exercising ways to try to deal with your feelings and your thoughts and your strange emotions and hormones and different things that are happening to you at that age. And, that's really, I think, all that I thought it was. Yeah. And it was nothing special.
Yeah.
So I guess, for a long time, it was only mine, and that was it. And it was nobody else's. So the first poem has been renditioned too many times to count.
Right. Like over the years and years? Or
it's the only poem I've really kept like that length of time. Like, it's the only true poem that I've ever really kept that resonated with me throughout my different decades, like from 15 now till 42.
Wow.
It's the only one that really keeps speaking to me. And I've added to it, yes, and I've changed it a little bit. But it's very special to me. That's just why it's the first one.
That's really interesting. I hope that if it's cool, I think that would be a good one to maybe read or something like that,
Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting. Now, listen, I know you've just formally launched this book. I would have loved to have you in before your release event, but I honestly didn't. It kind of slipped my radar a little bit until it was happening. So you launched the book with an in-person event at the bookshop. Bookshop NL, which is on Broadway, which we've had a few people in who have mentioned that really, but we haven't got a chance to dive too much into it. So can you just, again, for the viewers at home and for the benefit of the bookshop, can you just explain what is going on in there?
Yeah, 100%. Jen Shepherd, who owns the shop, her and I have been connected a bit in the business community for a few years now. I have a small side craft business that I sort of do as well.
Yeah.
So at craft fairs and markets, her and I connected a little bit because she had brought the Bookshop NL to the markets a few years ago. So I think she started back in 2023. So she's been on the go for a while. This permanent location, we'll call it, is quite new, but it's exactly what Corner Brook needed. And I think yesterday was a true testament to that. We had, close to 40 plus people show up to her space yesterday, which was wonderful. I mean, you walk in, she holds the whole front of this part of the store, the building, and it's just walking into this cozy little brick-walled space with books, and it's just, for a book lover, anyone who loves anything artistic or reading-wise, it's just such a warm, cozy feeling, and it's a safe space to go in and shop as a book lover for all the things that you need.
How do they curate the books there though? How do they know? I mean, they're limited on space, so is it really all about actually the curation and the types of things that they select, or what do you find? Is it more local writers, or?
Well, again, that might be a better question for Jen, but honestly, I feel like she has a little bit of everything. So I think she gets a lot of requests. Because I know yesterday when we were setting up, a gentleman walked in the front doors there, and I guess sort of thought I worked there because I was there hanging out.
Okay.
And he had asked, I'm looking for something, he had said. So, and that was pretty special. Jen came out and, she helped him look for, I guess she can order in maybe different things that you're looking for that you can't find at another bookstore online.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty amazing to have that source or resource here in the community. Yeah.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah.
And so, now that you've released all this, it's out there, people are starting to buy the book. And by the way, I guess it's just a good time to throw in now that if people want to get a copy of this, for Christmas or whatever, probably the best place in the short term is to actually go to the bookshop.
I would love that. I would love that for local support, and yeah, I think that'd be a great place to go get it. And there will be signed copies, which is a bonus, because if you order off Amazon or anywhere else, you'll have to find me to sign them, which is easy to find me.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool to go to a local bookstore and pick up your signed copy. I think that's pretty special.
I think that's a nice thing. It's a good value add. But if anybody is out of town watching this, certainly they can hop on and get it online.
100%. Yes.
So you've got it all out there. You're starting to get feedback, I'm sure, right? So
yeah,
people
it's
have dove
rolling
into it. Yeah. And so what does that feel like to have people sort of spitting back your ideas to you and telling you how they interpreted it? Do people ever tell you that they interpreted it differently than you maybe intended, or what kind of interesting things have you heard from people who have gotten a chance to read this?
I've heard it's been a tremendous outpour. It's very unexpected for me. Again, this was mine, and letting it go out to the subjective public has been chaos. I won't lie, it's been chaos, but the response has been what I didn't expect, and it's people aligning with how I was feeling and sort of knowing what I was writing about. And I didn't expect people to understand it the way they do, and for it to resonate in their own lives. So what I've been getting is a lot of stories from people I've had this same shared experience as a human being.
Wow.
I can take not that we want to take you out of your own poem, but like, or your own piece of writing, but like, I can take you out of this, Jen, and I can insert myself into this environment, and then it's mine. Like,
That's
it
crazy.
feels like it's for me. So I guess they're telling me that my writing is for everybody.
Yeah, it's relatable.
Yeah, 100%. And I was not expecting that.
Wow.
Like, my thoughts were, people are going to read this and think, oh my God, she's flown off the cuckoo's nest, or
Yeah.
like, she's not,
Yeah.
this part of Jen is something we've never seen, and I was expecting something negative, not negative, but I wasn't expecting the positive response that I received.
Thought people were going to be concerned for you.
Very overwhelming, yeah. But I feel a lot of joy, and I feel like I feel like really warm in my heart, and I feel like, I feel like maybe in some way this might be something that could make a difference for somebody if they picked it up. So.
Wow. I believe it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much power in word and stories, especially when you can read something and know that it came from basically close to home, you know what I mean? So I'm not surprised to hear that people are relating to this. And honestly, I can't wait to dive into it myself. Now I feel like I'm going to get a chance to know you a whole lot better from reading through your whole life of poetry.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's sort of a memoir. I guess
Yeah.
you could call it a memoir in excerpts and poetry.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, that's sort of what it turned out to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's really awesome, and I wouldn't be surprised if it inspires more people to sort of start to put pen to paper and document the way they feel sometimes, the way they think sometimes, because I imagine it must be really cool to get to look back at what 15, 16, 20-year-old Jennifer thought about and how your mind worked back then. It must be really interesting to go back and view things in that way, eh?
Yeah, it is very interesting.
So to wrap this up in the final moments, just to give people a taste, because I find that it's always helpful, then do you mind picking an excerpt, whatever you think?
Yeah.
We've got a minute or two here left in this interview if you want to pick a little piece and close out this interview with a little reading, if that's not to put you on the spot too much, but I know you did this like 10 times yesterday, so.
Yeah, well, here I am, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I can certainly do that, and I do have one in mind. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get right into
Great.
it.
And I would like to add, just because, candidly, my debut yesterday at the bookshop was on my grandfather's 90th birthday.
Wow.
My Pappy Harold was precious to me. He passed away in 2023. Part of my inspirations to put my writing into a finished piece was from that loss. And my book is actually dedicated to my Pappy Harold. And we celebrated my launch on his 90th birthday yesterday at the bookshop NL. So that was pretty special.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. So this is my oldest poem. This is the one that I've kept since I was 15, 16 years old. So here we go. It's called She. I am not the only one who has eyes for her. She whose outermost edges jut and curve in an uneven outline. Her shoreline is sharp and jagged. The salted water pulls in and then away, drawn back again. A cast spell. Salt spray crashing against her unforgiving edges, misting upwards towards cliffsides. Inside, she is vast and mountainous. Untouched land meanders through her, and sweet and sour berries fill her belly. Many come to discover her, outsiders drawn to her secrets, her softened heartland a hard, raw, delicate history. They wish to steal a piece of her away, to carry with them when they depart, becoming honorary, kissing the fish, repeating unfamiliar words, leaving physically the same, yet feeling different. Changed by her beautiful nurture, urged to share stories, planning an anticipated return. Myself, I know her closely, intimately connected. I stand strong, feet planted upon her. My roots run through deeply. She is my home, my island, my Newfoundland.
That's gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
And thank you very much for sharing, and thank you very much for coming down here.
I appreciate it.
Congratulations on this launch, and we'd love to have you back when you release your next book, which I'm sure is not going to be that far away.
Yeah, I hope so. All right.
And that was Jennifer Lake. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to wrap up this episode, so stay tuned.
Come to where the land and the spirits are intertwined. Discover a whole new way to see this place. Feel the earth under your feet as you walk the path of our ancestors. Immerse yourself in our traditions. Ours is a culture alive with music, dance, art, nature, and adventure. It's in the air, the water, the sound of the wind in the trees. It's in the stories of our elders and the faces of our children, those with a shared history yet to discover. It's knowing that everything that casts a shadow has a spirit. Everything is alive. See what we see. Experience Malibu.
All right, and that's it for today's episode. I really want to thank Jennifer Lake for coming down here and telling us all about her new book, Jenny with the Dark Brown Hair, Poetry and Excerpts, which you can go grab right now on Broadway at the Bookshop NL, or if you're out of town, you can go look for it on Amazon. I also want to say a special thank you to my little man, 6-year-old Dawson Parsons, who made his second appearance on the show, and hopefully it won't be the last. It's really special, and thank you to our producer, Gian, for allowing that to happen. That's it for this week's episode. We'll be back next Tuesday with another West Talk. Have a good night.
If you have a comment about this program, we'd love to hear it. Email or call us, or send us your feedback through social media.
What Canadian fish can grow to be as big as me?
Looks like it has a beard, won't freeze in icy waters,
And will swallow rocks just to eat the creatures attached to them.
If you guess the Atlantic cod, you're right. These cool fish hang out at the bottom of the ocean off the east coast of Canada. To learn more about them, visit our website at hww.ca.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
You all right?
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Every community has a story worth sharing, and Rogers